Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be setting up the month of July in my agenda half-letter planner. We'll decorate the monthly pages in a subtle fireworks theme, so come plan with me. And I've got some washi tape here ready to go, along with some distressed oxide and chalk inks, a couple of blending brushes to go with those, also some acrylic markers I'll be using, some die-cut PET stickers, and these Happy Planner sticker books, which I'll pull from. Okay, you guys, so I did what I did last month on this spread, which is to kind of formulate the theme on the two back pages of this part of my planner. So I'm just going to be going off of what I kind of created there and setting up my monthly and also my monthly goals pages for you guys here on camera, and then I'll show you all the pages once it's complete. I do like to theme out all of my monthly pages within a specific planner type with the same theme each month. Just kind of makes things simple, and I do like that repetitive vibe of seeing the same thing, slightly different, but the same elements over and over. It just brings me joy to see things kind of matching and feeling like they're all cohesive in one piece. So that's why I do it. It also cuts down on, trying to set up differing items for each individual spread. If you stick with one theme and you kind of get a method going, then you can carry that throughout all of the pages. So I am using the die cut stickers that I got from Journal Say to set up a fireworks header. And I'm just basically filling the sky, if you will, with the various fireworks stickers that I have here. Some of them look more like sparklers and others look more like clouds. So I was trying to get a good mix together that really looked like a fireworks sky finale for the 4th of July. Cutting some of them up to just use partial pieces that will help the stickers go a little bit further. Also, I am working in a half-letter Discbound system, so I don't have quite the amount of room that I would have, say, in like a classic. So even though I love large stickers, the ability to cut these guys down and only use half is very handy for making these stickers fit better into my planner, and also makes the stickers last longer and can use them on more pages, for example. So that's what I'm going to end up doing here. I've also played around with my sidebar, and I liked the addition of the metallic quotes. I have added this washi that I've had in my stash from the Happy Planner. It's a pretty old washi, but there is some small confetti dots on it, which have like a coppery rose gold coloring to it. So I wanted to make sure that I repeated that somewhere else in the spread. And in these Daydreamer sticker books that I have in my stash, there is a lot of this like kind of rose gold coloring, which was, I thought, a good mix. I think it might be more of a little bit more copper tone in the washi, but it's really hard to tell next to the rose gold foiling that I'm using. So I'm pretty happy with the mix of metals, even though they're not exactly the same color. So I've just been playing around with what I want to have on there. Like I said, I did figure out kind of what each page is going to be using as far as types of stickers and themes, but there's a bit of a artistic touch that you have to really do to bring things together depending on the layout. For this layout in particular, I don't really have a lot of room in the days of the week. I have started to use my monthly quite a bit more functionally, and since I have a ton of appointments now, since I've been doing PT for my sciatica issues, it's just made it even more busy. So I definitely don't want to be covering up my days with stickers at this juncture, because I have a lot of things I need to keep track of on my monthly. So I really need to focus more on the sidebar, and empty days would usually be where I would put a little bit more decor if I could. However, there's just a few empty days at the very start of the month, maybe like those first 3 boxes, I think, and one day at the end. it's really not a lot to work with since I've already kind of used the header up for decor. So I'm really focusing in on making the sidebar look cute. I've also added in a few appointment stickers, as I kind of mentioned, from that Daydreamer sticker book since they were in there, and I just thought that added a little bit of extra color. I'm also going to be using some of the stars that I cut off from the front of those to mark off birthdays for the month. And then that should be a good kind of starting point. Once I start using it functionally, maybe I'll add some boxes and stuff along the way. So now you can see I am adding in some of this ink in the background where the fireworks are going to go. And since I'm going to be doing the next set of pages soon on camera, I'm just going to do all 4 pages with the ink all at once, so I don't have to worry about it. I am mixing in the 3 colors I pulled. I have a pink tone, like a soft purple tone, and then also a kind of a soft but dark blue tone that I'm going to use as a background. I thought that those were the most predominant colors, and from what I have in my stash, I think these just work the best together to kind of create the vibe of maybe a night sky with this darker blue, but it's still got the pastel tones, which I think works really nicely with these stickers. I just used my blending brush to do that. Not a real, super technique-y application. I just basically kind of tapped off as much excess on the first pass as I could, and then I would blend in what was left so it wouldn't be too harsh on my first go onto the page. And then I have been adding a little bit of the ink behind these rose gold quotes, which you'll see. So I decided to add that in real quick just to spread around a little bit of color. I'm also going to drop in the rest of the washi tape here. I have that along the bottom for some added color there, kind of reminiscent of the color at the top. And then I'm going to drop in these appointment stickers and these birthday stickers. I wasn't exactly sure what the birthdays were, so I was just checking really quick off camera. And there's actually, I think, 4. And I have 2 doubled up on one day. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of double up those stars real quick and then try to find one more star for the other birthday in the month. These sticker books are super OG happy planner. Daydreamer was a favorite of a lot of people when it came out. I ended up getting the accessory book when they did a re-release, and then a friend of mine, Catherine, she ended up giving me her sticker books that she wasn't really using, and that was one of them, and I was super excited to get that. I haven't really pulled that out though in quite a while, so I really wanted to take the opportunity now that I'm using some stickers that have a color palette that works well with the Daydreamer kind of colorway to bring some of those in, because they were really cute, and there's just a lot of the kind of stickers that I miss seeing from the Happy Planner in those sticker books. So I definitely wanted to use those and, just not let them waste away in the sticker book. So I've moved on to the monthly goals and weekly tasks pages. All of the layouts you're going to see are from my Etsy shop. I basically do only printables in my planner setup these days, and mostly my own, just because of course I can customize them and make them as I see fit. I've just been playing around with different layouts, and the ones that I found most useful, those are the ones that end up sticking and having longevity in my planner setup. This set of pages is one of them, the monthly goals and weekly tasks. Tried a few different iterations of these with 4 boxes for the weeklies, 5 boxes with the weeklies, just having the monthly goals and no tasks. And honestly, this combination has been the best so far, in my opinion. Although the 4-box weeklies is also kind of good depending on how busy my month is and how many weeks are in the month. But this is the one that I definitely use all the time and have been using for years in my planner in some way or fashion. So I hope that I'll be doing a monthly setup video for these goals with you before Q3 starts in July. I will be doing quarterly goals as well. And now that I'm starting to finally kind of get a feel for what I can accomplish with my sciatica and just have a little bit more insight into planning in the future, even though it's still got a ways to go. At least I kind of know what I can and can't do. So hopefully that goal process will be useful to anybody who, just kind of likes to see goals set up. And also if you want more information about like how to set goals when maybe you have some unexpected stuff going on in your life. As you can see, I've basically set up the header again with the firework cloud kind of look. I've also added in a gold quote that says "Plan a happy life." I did cut out all of the confetti pieces that were kind of in and around that quote because some of the colors weren't part of my color scheme, and I wanted to keep this in this pure color scheme of the pink, blue, purple focus. So I'm doing that, and now I'm just looking through these sticker books for some stickers that I think match with what I'm doing here, my goals pages, and also make sense for the color scheme and the vibe as well. I am going to add in this hello quote here for some balance, going from the top right to the bottom left. This gives a little bit more balance to the spread. I have to be careful where I put stickers on the spread in particular because I do tend to use it pretty functionally as well as my monthly. So I'm always really thinking about how am I going to function best with the spread. I did allow myself to use a little bit of that functional space at the top with the first week since it's going to be the 4th of July week, and I believe that I have the week off from work, so I hope I won't have a ton of items that I have to get done that week. But that kind of allowed me to creep in there a little bit. Also adding in the goals numbers and some of the little stars and confetti kind of look to the corners to add a little bit more color with those acrylic markers, which I really like. And you can draw over clear stickers with those, which is fabulous. Nothing too much, but I think that the added color really adds a bit of something extra. And having the ink kind of on there on the page allows me to actually write over it without hindrance. I also have the ability to add more color to the spread, but keep it functional, if that makes sense. Last step for me will be to punch through these holes, and then we are ready to show. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you would like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.